Right, so I have an issue with the Minecraft developing team. And no, this isn't anything to do with anything recent like the chat banning system and servers and online. All of that, people have talked enough about that, and I frankly do not have the knowledge about what has been going on with that lately. However, this is an older issue, a much older issue with the content in Minecraft that me, as someone who does a lot of detailed building, a lot of construction, a lot of design stuff, that frankly I would like to see revised. And it would not take much effort at all for the Minecraft team to fix these issues or to make them make any sense at all. And it would make at least my experience and probably a lot of other people's experience in the game a lot better. Now, frankly, I'm interested in making a mod that can be really lightweight, vanilla-like, updated frequently, whatever, to stay with the current version, that would add all of these features. But I'm still working on. I'm not super great at modding for Minecraft, so I haven't gotten around to doing that myself. Maybe there even is already one out there. I don't know, or a combination of mods out there. But basically, let's get to it. So I'm talking today to tackle Minecraft's missing blocks. So in the Minecraft block sets, right? Let's start out with stone. So we have a stone block, a stone half slab, a stone stair. We do not have a stone wall. There is no stone wall in Minecraft. None at all. Now, smooth stone, there is only a block and a half slab, nothing else. Now, bricks, we have the full brick, half slab, stairs, and then finally we get a wall. And then there's this carved one. Maybe there could be other variants, but this isn't something that I have a big complaint with. But these three missing blocks, I feel like, could really add something to Minecraft. Now, these ones maybe aren't as important as some of the other ones, which we'll get to. But moving on, we have the mossy... Oh, yes. We have the cracked stone bricks. There are no other variants of cracked stone bricks other than just the block. Mossy stone bricks. We do have a half slab stair. No wall, though, which, honestly, it's a pretty big oversight, I think. So then we have the cobblestone block set. We do have 4 variants of cobblestone, and it is reflected in the mossy cobblestone variant. That's fine, and that's beautiful, but it makes no sense. Why do we have a mossy cobblestone wall and not a mossy stone bricks wall? No sense. Complete inconsistency. Moving on, we have the... these were added in 1.5, I think? Maybe 1.5? Yeah, so we have the andesite, granite, and diorite block sets, which we have the polished variant, and we have the rough variant. Why do we not have a polished wall? It makes no sense. It's one more block that would be added, and it would be super easy. We already have the texture. It just gets mapped differently. Just add it. Just add it. It would take barely any effort at all. The wood sets are pretty good, although I'm going to move over here. We have had many new woods added throughout the years. Just recently we got the nether ones, the mangrove, even more recently, and then before that was dark oak and acacia. We do have, for all of the overworld woods, we do have boats now, which is wonderful. We don't have nether wood variant boats, which I understand would, in the nether, probably not a good idea, but we already know that these two types of wood are flame resistant. I understand why they wouldn't want to make it super easy to traverse the Nether, because the point is that it's difficult, but at least give us a boat that maybe we could use in the overworld would be nice. It's not the biggest complaint here, though. I understand why. Now, obviously, we don't have a crafting table for anything other than oak. I'm sure that's never going to be changed. There's plenty of mods that add that. That's fine. The chest, same deal with the chest. Plenty of mods that add it. Now, really, my bigger complaint is back here, where we have the sandstone. We have a rough sandstone and a smooth sandstone variant, and a red and a normal beige, whatever you want to call it. Now, we have a complete tile set, and what makes sense, or what makes no sense at all, is that, once again, we don't have any smooth walls. Why? No smooth walls. No smooth walls here, no smooth walls here, no smooth walls here. There's so many walls missing, and I feel like this is the one that I run into the biggest issue with. The biggest issue when I get somewhere that I want to put a wall for a little bit of extra texture or detail, and I have to use this one or figure out something else to use, because I absolutely hate using the regular sandstone when I have a place where I really want it to be smooth. I do use both, but I hate having to use the rough sandstone variant for walls. Now, another complaint, this would be a lot more work, obviously. Another complaint about the sandstone is that there's no bricks. Now, I feel like bricks would be a great addition to the sandstone block set. Absolutely amazing for building. I've made mods in the past where I've added sandstone bricks, both like large like the stone bricks and small like the deep slate tiles, and they look great. They look great in building, and it's amazing. And once again, you would want to add walls for them. But obviously, and we're going to see the biggest track record of missing blocks is in the wall set. Apparently, they have something about not wanting to add walls for any of the sets that they add. So now, obviously, these ones are a lot older. We're going to go and look at some newer ones and then go back to some older ones. I didn't really do these in any particular order. But moving on to Deep Slate and Blackstone. Now, sorry, Blackstone and Deep Slate are actually pretty complete sets. Now, these ones are newer, so I feel like they maybe started to realize the issue with a lot of missing blocks. These ones do actually have a pretty complete block set, except for back to the cracked brick variants. There's no cracked stairs, slab, or wall. I do feel like something interesting can be done with the gilded Blackstone, but that's obviously more complicated and a bigger creative decision. I understand why they wouldn't do that. But this should be easy. Why not just add some cracked slab, stair, and wall? It's not that hard. Now, continuing on with Deep Slate, once again, yeah, the cracked variant. Where is it? When we go to Purpur, oh yeah, I had obsidian over here. I think back in the day when they didn't have any of these darker blocks, I did want them to do something with obsidian. We don't really need that anymore. I mean, it still would be cool because it's definitely more colored. It's like a dark purplish kind of color, and that would be cool. But it's not necessary. I feel like it's already been, that niche has been fulfilled by the Blackstone. Perfectly fine. I mean, it looks pretty close. It looks better, honestly. But continuing on, if we look at Purpur block set, we have everything except for the wall. I mean, once again, why? It's just a wall. Just add it. I mean, I know how it works. It's just a different model. You don't need a different texture. It just gets mapped differently. Just use the same mapping, use the same model. It'd be fine. Just add it. Now quartz, this one's obviously much older. I think it was introduced the same version as the andesite. There's at least 5 blocks that should be really added to the quartz tile set. We have the smooth, we have the regular quartz, block of quartz, smooth quartz, quartz bricks. Why is there no quartz brick slab? Like you have this for all the other bricks, right? Full brick, brick slab, brick stairs, brick wall. Why don't you have that for quartz? Why not? Walls, again. Why are there no walls? There's no walls in the quartz block set. No walls at all. Why not? It'd be easy. Just add the freaking walls. Copper, they added a lot of copper blocks between the all the different states of being weathered and being waxed or unwaxed. I guess I understand why they wouldn't do this, but why does making the different shapes, like the stairs and the slab, once again, no walls, no carved fancy copper variant either, but why does that mean we can't use like this to do it? Lesser complaint, but still worth considering. And it also would not be very hard to do. And then when we continue on, the basalt we just gave up. There's a polished basalt, a smooth basalt, and a regular basalt. There's no blocks in the basalt. I mean, I feel like the niche is already filled, but you know, why add it if you're not going to mess around with it, right? I mean, you could easily have fun with like making some other shapes for the basalt, but no, there's no other shapes for basalt. Prismarine, basically the same complaint as before. There's no walls except for just this one. I mean, and honestly, it's really ugly. And I think, see, I didn't put it out here. I'm pretty sure that this is the only form, right? There's no darker one. And now making me work for this. I don't think that there's... I think that it's just the prismarine, and then it's the dark prismarine, and dark prismarine doesn't come from any cobble or anything, yeah. So it's like, there's just this wall, and there's no other wall, which it would make more sense if maybe there was this wall, and then we didn't have that one, but, you know, there's no other wall, there's no darker wall. Now, back to the bricks, right? We have a lot of bricks. We've had a lot of bricks going on. Why, when we come down to the new mud bricks, do we not have a Rogers Pack mud variant? Lesser complaint. I know it's a little bit picky. It just doesn't make much sense, right? And then bricks are fine until we look at the other bricks. Now, I don't like the regular bricks, but then when we look at, you know, the nether bricks, we start to get some issues, right? First off, why is there another brick fence? This has always puzzled me. I mean, it's used a lot in the fortress. Cool. Why didn't they use walls in the fortress? They added nether brick walls. Why did they use a fence? It doesn't make sense. And then why do they have all of these other bricks that have a wall but not a fence? It's confusing. Anyways, obviously that would be a removal block, which, you know, I still use the nether brick fence, but then why didn't they add a red nether brick fence? Why do they have... I mean, it seems like they literally just added this nether brick fence for the purpose of making the nether fortress. Now, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe that the nether brick wall was not introduced until after the nether brick fence, which would maybe explain why it's still here. But we don't have a red nether, because maybe, I could be wrong about this too, but I believe maybe the red nether blocks were added after the regular nether blocks too, but I'm not sure. Anyways, all of that being considered, why don't we have just a raw netherrack, slab, stairs, or wall. Like stone, like cobblestone, like all the other block sets. It's so inconsistent. And then same complaint with cracked ones. I get that, I mean, at least that's consistent, that none of the cracked variants of rocks have any other form or shape or whatever. It, you know, it would be cool to have, but I get that they don't have them. I get they haven't added them. That is at least consistent. And then we move to, finally, the end blocks. I don't like them. But the same complaint as here, right? Why do we have a pretty much complete end block set, or end block bricks set, and then we don't have any of the end stone, half slab, stairs, or wall? We don't have the wall, right? Yeah, no, we don't have the wall. See, I had to check again because I was like, still wondering, like, it doesn't make any sense. And then, like, I always look for them, and, you know, some of them I already know. It's like, they don't exist. Deal with it. Figure out something else. But, you know, sometimes I'll just keep looking for them and be like, wow, it makes absolutely no sense that we don't have some of these blocks. And it would be so little effort to add them. I mean, look at this. This is literally, if we look at the andesite here, right? It's the same texture on the top, right? They just sliced that from one of these. That's fine. They sliced it from right here, it looks like. Maybe. But anyways, I get that maybe they'd have to do a little bit of moving around to do the top of the polished variant, but like, it wouldn't be that hard. It's still the same texture, essentially. Now, another sort of question, just briefly before I close this off, is you ever noticed how andesite and the other stones added in that version, they don't have any bricks? There are no bricks. See, when I was setting this up, I didn't even realize that. I didn't even think about it. I guess that means that we probably don't need them. But there's no bricks, which kind of really makes no sense, because any other rock that they've added, they've always had a brick variant. We have regular stone bricks. We have the deep slate bricks. We have the black stone bricks. Quartz bricks don't count. They didn't even do a good job with this block set. They did an awful job with it. I guess there's no basalt ones. There's the mud bricks, and then they have nether bricks, red nether bricks, and endstone bricks. But for some reason, we don't have any granite, andesite, or diorite bricks. None. None of them. Not even just the full block. Anyways, that is my complaint. I will be further looking into making my own vanilla-like mod for Fabric, just to add all of these blocks, because honestly, I want to use them. I want to use them in building, and this is frankly a very large amount of blocks that would be so easy to just add. And it wouldn't change any like core mechanic of the game. It wouldn't be like some revolutionary addition. It would just be like a quality of life thing for people that do a lot of building and a lot of stylized building. And there's so many of these blocks that are missing that really do make a difference. I think the ones that I have the biggest complaint about are the sandstone ones. I mean, I really want a smooth sandstone wall, and of both the red and the regular variant, and then also the bricks and even tiles. Bricks and tiles for sandstone would be so nice, considering we have so much variation for regular stone and black stone and deep slate. There's nowhere near as much for sandstone. Now, I've heard, rumors, people have been talking about someday one of the future updates is going to be an update to the desert. Maybe finally they would get around to adding the missing blocks when they do a desert update. But I don't know, because they don't really tend to do a super good job on building on previous content and like filling in the gaps. Honestly, they're not super good at filling in those gaps. These are the gaps. Please, add some bricks, add some tiles. But even other than that, like, I get that those would be new textures. Just add your missing blocks. And honestly, that's it.